Welcome back to Football Daily, where today we're looking at 10 relegation-threatened stars set for big futures. Their clubs may be in danger of going down, but they shouldn't be worried. Let's go. 10. Todd Cantwell. In just 2 seasons, Todd Cantwell has emerged from nowhere to become one of England's most sought-after young stars. As a teenager, the only first-team football he experienced was at Fortuna Sittard in the Dutch 2nd Division, where he played 10 times on loan from his boyhood club Norwich City. But the arrival of Daniel Farke at Carrow Road has proved to be a game-changer for the 22-year-old. In 2018-19, he started 18 games and even registered his first goal for Norwich as they stormed to the Championship. And while they have spent most of this season firmly bottom of the Premier League, Cantwell has continued to raise his game. From midfield, he has scored 6 times and registered 2 assists. Alongside Teemu Pukki, he is the only member of the squad to have scored more than once in the league, showing how important he has become. His performances earned him a call-up to the England under-21 side, but there could be a greater prize at stake. Jurgen Klopp has reportedly scouted the youngster extensively and is preparing a bid for him this summer in the region of £30 million. Should this dream move go through, his days of fighting relegation will soon become a distant memory. 9. Takumi Kubo. Takumi Kubo has shown enough qualities to suggest the hype around his name is justified. Dubbed the Japanese Messi, the 18-year-old made headlines for snubbing Barcelona, where he came through the Mazzi Academy to join Real Madrid via a stunning few years back at FC Tokyo. And rather than joining Los Blancos development team, in 2019-20 he dived straight into La Liga by heading to Mallorca on loan. Los Bermejones were initially cautious about playing the diminutive Japanese international, but since the turn of the year the winger has begun to show his class, scoring 3 times and registering 2 assists. Now a regular starter, he takes 3 shots and key passes per 90, which is the 3rd best in his squad. Kubo is also famed for his unbelievable skill and speed, and unsurprisingly he ranks 14th in the whole of La Liga for attempted dribbles per 90, though less than half of those have been successful. For his first season in the Spanish top flight, it's an excellent start, especially considering his age. If he can finish the campaign in style and help drag an 18th place Mallorca to safety, Real Madrid may think twice about sending him out on loan again. Before we move on to our next relegation-threatened player, just a quick reminder to subscribe to Football Daily and hit the notification bell so you never miss another great video. 8. Suruga Rossi. One man who has put himself firmly in the shop window is Amiens forward Suruga Rossi. At 24 years old, Girassi is finally coming good on his promise after seeing his career stall during a 2.5-year spell with FC Köln. Prior to his Bundesliga switch in 2016, the former Lille striker was a regular in the French junior setup, though he hasn't featured since for the under-20 side after scoring just 9 times in Germany. But since joining Amiens in January 2019, he hasn't looked back. An impressive target man, he ranks 6th in Ligue 1 for aerial duels per 90, winning 44% of the 9.5 he's involved in. This has helped him develop a tidy partnership with former Chelsea wonderkid Gael Kakuta. The pair have been directly involved in 17 of Amiens' 30 goals this season, with Girassi scoring 9 times. His goals may have helped the Unicorns stay in the French top flight in 18-19, but it hasn't worked out this time round, with the club relegated as part of Ligue 1's cancellation despite only being 4 points off the relegation playoff spot. At the time of recording, they're still planning to appeal, but their fate looks sealed. Fortunately for Girassi, a number of England's top sides, including West Ham and Brighton, are rumoured to be weighing up bids for him in the summer, with his strength and style deemed perfect for the Premier League. 7. Emiliano Buendia. Emiliano Buendia's form for Norwich City has left many people questioning how the Canaries were able to snap up the Argentinian for a mere £1.35 million in the summer of 2018. Easily one of the biggest bargains of recent years, Buendia has been a revelation in the Premier League. For one, he is by some distance the most creative outlet in his side. The former Getafe winger has successfully completed 12 accurate through balls this campaign, the highest of any player in the English top flight, while he ranks 3rd for successful dribbles, having completed 92 so far. And while he may not have scored yet, he does boast 7 assists. and at just 23 years old, he would be excellent value for money in the market. One of the clubs who are reportedly keen to add him to their ranks is Atletico Madrid, with a £13 million fee even being mooted. West Ham are also said to be interested, but should he sign for the Spanish Giants, it would conclude a stunning return to prominence, having been discarded by Getafe after playing just 867 minutes of football during 2 seasons in their first team. 7. Ibrahim Sangare. After continuously flirting with relegation for the past 6 seasons, Toulouse's 17-year stay in Ligue 1 is over after the decision was made to cancel the season. And they can't feel hard done by. Les FSA were rooted firmly to the bottom of the table, a massive 17 points from safety. They had claimed just 13 points this season, on course for their worst points tally ever. However, amidst all the misery, Ibrahim Sangare has been their one player to stand out. The 22-year-old defensive midfielder will surely be on the move this summer, with his tough tackling displays widely praised this season. Despite his youth, his combined total of 123 tackles and interceptions ranks him 6th in the whole of Ligue 1, and 6th again for possession won in the final third with 101 claims. Without Sangare patrolling the space in front of the back four, Toulouse's season would have been a lot worse than it already is. Both Arsenal and Everton reportedly tried to sign the Ivorian last summer, but no move materialised. Should they try again when the transfer window reopens, they may find a number of other suitors chasing what could be one of the bargain buys of the summer. 5. Andrea Patania. Napoli fans will be scratching their heads at why Andrea Patania hasn't been turning out for them instead of running riot for Spal. The Italian forward has been a key figure for the Serie A strugglers while on loan from his parent club in Naples. He has netted 11 of their 20 goals this campaign, though sadly no team in the division has scored fewer. This means the Ferrara-based side look destined for a return to Serie B, now 7 points from safety after just 2 wins in 10 games. Napoli have largely had a season to forget too, with the Europa League spot looking increasingly likely. They have lacked their normal attacking flair, with Arkadiusz Milik their top scorer on just 9 goals. The Partenopei moved for Patania back in January, paying Spal £15.3 million for the forward who had only joined the Spallini on a permanent 6 months earlier from Atalanta. Part of the agreement let him return to them on loan for the remainder of the season, which is just as well considering Patania has scored 5 times in the last 6 games. Whatever happens, the 24-year-old will definitely be playing at the San Paolo next year, where we will see just how good he really is. 4. Raul De Thomas. Rowell De Thomas may have only joined Espanyol in the winter, but his form so far suggests his stay in Catalonia could be short-lived. After scoring 14 goals for a relegation-bound Rayo Vallecano in 2018-19, he was snapped up by Portuguese giants Benfica for a handsome £18 million fee. However, the Spaniard was never given a fair chance in the Liga NOS, making just 7 appearances at the start of the season. When a troubled Espanyol came calling in January, he wasted no time in crossing back over the border for £18 million again. Since his arrival, Espanyol's league position may not have improved, but he isn't to blame. De Thomas has scored 4 times since the turn of the year, an impressive haul in a side which have only scored 15 times all season, and take an average of just 11 shots per league game. Despite his heroics, the 4-time Copa del Rey winners look set for relegation, stuck 6 points from survival. But with his goal-scoring reputation in La Liga still intact, RDT should have no problem finding a new top-tier club to continue his revival. 3. Milo Rashica. This season, Werder Bremen have got it catastrophically wrong. The 2004 Bundesliga champions have been part of Germany's top division for 39 years, but are dangerously close to following the same path of their bitter rivals Hamburg by dropping into Bundesliga 2. With 10 games left to play at the time of recording, they sit 8 points off automatic safety and 4 points behind Fortuna Dusseldorf, who occupy the relegation playoff spot. To compound the problem, they have the worst goal difference in the league, having conceded 55 times in only 24 games. However, relegation for Die Werderaner is unlikely to affect Milo Rashica. The Kosovan is proving to be their one glimmer of hope, with his 7 goals and 4 assists giving Bremen the faintest chances of survival. It's another brilliant return from the 23-year-old who is looking to better the 9 goals and 5 assists he managed in 18-19. Not only that, Rashica has been a star for the Kosovo national side, who are just a playoff away from their first major tournament. And his form hasn't gone unnoticed, with the winger rumoured to be joining RB Leipzig, while Liverpool remain interested. Either way, both Klopp and Nagelsmann would be the perfect managers to elevate Rashica to the level he belongs. 2. Jack Grealish. 16 new players may have arrived as Aston Villa for the 1920 campaign, but their standout performers have been the stars who led them to promotion from the Championship the year before. And while John McGinn has been impressive, their captain Jack Grealish has emerged as one of the Premier League's players of the season. He burst onto the scene as a 19-year-old all the way back in 2014, but it would take relegation to the Championship in 2016 for Grealish to become the focal point of the side. This season, he has taken his performances to new heights, scoring 7 times and registering 6 assists. But that doesn't do his quality justice. On average, his actions on the pitch have led to 5.4 shots per 90 for the Villains, a feat only bettered in the division by Kevin De Bruyne, Riyad Mahrez and James Maddison. He also completes 2.2 dribbles per game and is the most fouled player in the division by some distance, proving what a nuisance he has been to opposition defences. Villa may have reached the League Cup final, but their troubled back line has put their Premier League future in doubt. But relegation should not hinder Grealish, as the 24-year-old is finally ready for one of England's biggest sides. 1. Sandro Tenali. There are a few bigger prospects in world football right now than Brescia midfielder Sandro Tenali. The man Italian media have dubbed the next Andrea Pirlo has been a revelation for the Serie A strugglers all season, with a host of big clubs constantly linked to his name. While the comparisons between the 19-year-old and the Azzurri legend may be a touch premature, he has been more than impressive in his own right. Tenali has fantastic ball-carrying abilities, holding a dribble success rate of 80%. That ranks him as third best in the 60 players who have attempted 40-plus dribbles this season in the division. He also attempts 2.1 key passes per game, resulting in 5 assists this season. That's almost a quarter of the 21 goals Brescia have scored. The dead ball specialist looks destined to leave this summer, with his side wedged at the bottom of the table 9 points from safety. Unsurprisingly, Juventus are ready to move for the Italian international, but will face stiff competition from Inter Milan and Manchester City. Wherever he goes, Tenali is a name we will be hearing about for many years to come. So those were our 10 relegation-threatened stars set for big futures, but can you think of any more? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, why not click on screen right now, as I'm sure it's another banger, and as always, don't forget to like and subscribe to Football Daily if you're enjoying the content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.